guys, today we are giving you our thoughts, our opinions, and everything on the brand new Morphe products, the Fluidity collection.
Yeah, we have basically everything. I think that the only thing that we didn't end up getting is like the brush trio and sponge. But other than that, like, we have everything. We actually did a video. It was Sunday's video. It has everything that you need to know about the collection, so that's all the facts. This video is going to be more catered to our opinions.
Yes.
So if you want all the facts on it, go check out that video.
That was actually kind of a really neat video because it shows you how many uses that you can get out of one bottle of the foundation. So you should check it out so you know how much you can actually get out of that bottle. Before we get started though, we do want to remind you we have a current giveaway going on. Yay! It is the Pamper Your Shelf giveaway, and so we'll have that linked in the description below so you can head on over there and enter to win.
And I think that we want to try to get this video to about 30, 35. What should we do? Let's say 35 this time.
Let's say 35. Let's do 35
likes.
likes.
We've been doing like 25, then 30. 35 is the highest we've gone. And it would make me extremely happy to see 35. Yes. I think it would make her extremely happy. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and do that.
Yes.
But also hit the thumbs up so you can help us reach 35.
Yes. If you are not subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the post notification bell so you're notified every time that we upload a video.
So we're going to start off with what you would normally start off in your routine, and that's primer. They did come out with 2 primers. They have the equalizer
and the revitalizer.
So they both are supposed to like make your skin totally like smooth and blurred. That one, I believe,
this one does more moisturizing.
Yes. To me, my personal opinion, I didn't really like either of them. I think that they have some good aspects to them, and I think that the equalizer, the one that I'm holding, I do think that it was better in a sense that it did blur more than the revitalizer, but that one is more like moisturizing. So if you need the moisture,
I will definitely agree. I think that the equalizer did blur more. It's kind of a clear gel. The revitalizer is more of a white gel, or kind of a white liquid. And I do agree that this one did leave my skin feeling a lot more moisturized
and not necessarily blurred. So next, moving on to foundation, I got the shade F150, and it is a smidge too dark, but I wanted that. I like to have darker foundations just so whenever I self-tan or whatever, I have foundations that match me, and through spring, summer, through it, basically the whole time, I just like to have, you know, self-tan. So that's why I went with this shade.
I got the lightest shade that they have. It is the F110, and I'm super, super excited. It's too light.
Yeah.
So I have been using it and kind of mixing it with a foundation that I have that I used it the first couple of days without mixing it in with anything. And I used it today. You see the exact shade that it is, and I kind of look a little maybe ghostly.
Yeah. In the past few videos actually that we've filmed, my sister, her daughter obviously, she's actually said, "You look kind of dead. You look a little dead. You look really ghostly white. You look really white. What like, what are you doing?" And trying out this new foundation.
Yes. So anyway, the last few times that I have used it, I've mixed it in with a darker foundation that is too dark for me, and it's worked out really, really well. I think it, you know, darkened up to where that I needed it to be, but I'm super excited that I do not need the lightest shade that there is.
So my thoughts on this was, it's a good foundation. It's good for the price. Their claims, I don't get behind completely. The 24-hour long wear, no. I do not think, I think maybe 16, but like even then it's still kind of pushing it because I don't even feel like I wear my makeup most of the time for 16 hours. and the first 2 days that I wore it, the first day for sure, I was like being so cautious about touching my face, and I try not to just in general, but I wanted to give it a good go and like not bother it, not smudge it, nothing. And by the end of the day, I took a look in the mirror and it just didn't look that great by the end of the day. And then the second day still just didn't look the best. So if you're trying to wear it for like 16 hours or 24 hours or however long, it's not gonna last that long. It may on you, but it doesn't on me. So
okay, so I have an opinion on that as well. Okay, so the first day I used the foundation, and you know me, I'm not a I have to use a setting spray every single day kind of gal. So I didn't use the setting spray that day. I went to work and I wear a mask because I'm a hygienist. And by, I want to say after maybe like my third or fourth patient, I always kind of go to the mirror. There's a mirror up front. I always go to the mirror and kind of look and make sure that my lipstick still looks good, all this kind of stuff. And like I hardly had any makeup on my chin. I was like, oh, no,
yeah.
no. The mask had literally wiped it all off. So the next day I set my face like super well. I mean, I poured on the setting spray and it did a little bit better, but by lunchtime, literally some of the makeup had wiped off of my chin.
It's
and
not
I was like,
exactly transfer proof, which is one of the claims.
Yeah, so anyway, I wore it on a weekend and it did do much better because I didn't have on a mask or anything. So no, it is not transfer proof. I mean, if you wear a mask or you do any kind of thing where you have something on your face, it is going to come off.
Even if you're just a person that like occasionally touches your face, like it's gonna rub off.
Or like sometimes I have worse allergies. I have allergies all the time, but worse allergies at times. And so, you know, when you go to blow your nose, literally like right under your nose, you have no makeup. And it's like, no, I can't have that. So I will say something else. My daughter, Rachel, her sister, has also noticed, and every time I wear this, especially if I wear it without combining it with the other foundation, she always makes the statement that Mom, your face looks really dry. Why does your face look really, really dry? This definitely, without mixing it with something else, is like super matte, but also it kind of, I don't know if you noticed it as much, it may just be like mature skin, where if you have like the finest little lines, it kind of settles in those little lines and it kind of makes everything look more dry, and you can kind of see those fine lines a little bit more.
I don't personally have that problem. I feel like it has a really, for my skin at least, it does have a really nice dry down. So it does dry matte, and I don't have a lot of fine lines or anything. I think basically just around my eyes, and I don't have an issue with it.
I like that it dries down matte. I do like that, but it seems to dry down a little bit too much for my skin. So, and I've not watched any other claims. I know, I think Jeffree started a video on this. I don't know. But after this video, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch and see what other people are saying about it, because I've made sure that I didn't watch anything. But yeah, I'm all about full coverage. Love it. Love the matte look, but this was just a little bit too drying.
So moving on to concealer, I got the lightest shade, I believe. It's C1.25.
The lightest shade above white.
Above white, yeah, of course. Yeah. And I think that it's great that they have white.
Yes.
And that's like one of my favorite things to do is to mix a white with just the regular if it's not quite light enough. But I will say that this is medium coverage, and you can layer it. I will not say that you can like put on your first layer blend it out, you're good to go. It's full coverage. No, it is not at all. But you can layer it and it layers perfectly fine. That just uses a bit more product, whereas if you have a Tarte Shape Tape and you put it on once, blend it out, you don't have to worry about going in, and it doesn't use as much product. So you are using double the amount of product
if you want that fuller coverage.
Yeah. So I don't know, it is really good, and I don't feel like it like dries into my lines or anything. I do feel like it has a similar formula to Tarte Shape Tape in the way that it dries down, but it's just not as full coverage.
Right. I agree totally. I love it. It is buildable, so I like a really full coverage concealer because I've got some dark circles, and it is a little bit drying, but not like the foundation. I mean, when you put this under your eyes, it's not as drying as the rest of your face, so I do like that.
All right, so moving on. Last thing that we are going to talk about is powder, and I got the shade Filter 2, so I guess it's the second, and I think
I got Filter 1, which is actually translucent. Yeah.
So this one is the lightest without being translucent. I like it. I do feel like it gives somewhat of a filtered effect. And it does make my makeup last just as long as, you know, I don't know, if I were to use like Maybelline Fit Me. Or Rimmel Stay Matte. I really, really love that one if I'm using a pressed powder. I just don't know if it's necessarily
better than some of the drugstore.
It's hard for me to say that I would recommend this over the Rimmel Stay Matte or the Maybelline Fit Me. It's going to be similar pricing, I feel like, to the Maybelline Fit Me, but the Rimmel is going to be a lot more cheaper. The only difference is this gives a slight filtered effect.
Right, so. And I get that too. I did like the powder, and I am kind of a translucent girl. I do like translucent powders. I am more of a loose powder person, but I do have a couple of the pressed powders that I do use, and I'm like her. I do feel like it kind of does give more of a filtered look, so I like that. It does not necessarily help the foundation stay on if you have to wear a mask or anything like that. So it's not, you know, it doesn't just set it like, you know, but it is a good powder. I'm kind of like her. There are some great drugstore powders out there. I don't necessarily know that I would go for this one above some of those.
Right.
So it's kind of it's good, but
is it worth it?
Right. Yeah. You can get powders that are very similar and some better drugstore prices. So
that is kind of our thoughts on the whole Fluidity collection minus the brushes. And again, if you want to hear more of the facts and what they kind of have to offer and stuff like that, then you can go and check out our last video. We will have that actually linked in the description. But that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. Remember, we are trying to hit 35. And if you haven't already, then go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you're notified each and every time we upload.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Glam and Glamour on all of them. And until our next video, bye!